Hello, my fellow patriots. It begins. Pennsylvania officials warn of election result delays. America braces for vote-by-mail chaos. Yeah. It's going to be chaos, alright. But anyways, I hope you all had a good weekend. Hope you all had a good Halloween, those of you who celebrated it. It's kind of disappointing. No kids showed up. They did the last few years. They didn't this year. You know, coronavirus. But, yeah. 'Tis the 2nd. Tomorrow is election day. Go out and vote. You have to. We cannot leave a shred of doubt that Trump will be our new president. You have to go out and vote. Make it so no matter how much the Democrats cheat, either it makes it just extremely blatantly obvious they cheated because we gave Trump so many votes, or let's just give Trump so many daggone votes that they won't even worry about cheating. Pennsylvania Attorney General declares Trump going to lose. Hey, he's full of crap. Majority in 49 states predict Trump victory. Data details scary for Dems. Biden ready to contest results. Under no scenario would Donald Trump be declared a victor on election night. If he gets so many votes that all the mail-in votings don't matter, yeah, he can. 85% of voters believe mass unrest if Trump wins. It will be. Democrat-run cities board up stores fearing leftist agitators, rioters. Huge crowds for Trump in Scranton. Yeah. Pennsylvania, man. Over 57,000 people showed up, I believe. That's unreal. And the venue only held 20,000. So that means the majority of the people were outside. But they still came to show their support anyway. Even though they knew that they probably would not get in, they still came. They still stayed out in the cold weather just to show their support. So how can the Pennsylvania Attorney General say that Trump's going to lose? Biden, on a good day, doesn't have those numbers. Me and my wife had to laugh yesterday. The rally he had in Florida, we just kind of flicked to it, and all of a sudden, bam! There's a bunch of daggone Latino people singing in Spanish and stuff, singing "Voto Trump." It was hilarious. I mean, it's good because nobody shows up at Biden's rallies singing and putting on a daggone concert for him. It was just extremely unexpected. But I mean, hey. He's got the daggone vote behind him. I mean, I don't know how all these people say, oh, he doesn't have a chance. Bull crap. But then, yes, you've got your daggone people that's going to show up on election day and try to destroy everything. I mean, Whitehouse to install no-climb fence around entire complex. The White House will reportedly install a no-climb fence around its complex this week, a law enforcement source told Fox News. A similar fence already exists around Lafayette Park and parts of Pennsylvania Avenue in front of the White House for Inauguration Day construction, the outlet said. The precautions are in light of possible unrest following Tuesday's election results. You mean the for sure unrest? In addition, 250 National Guardsmen have been put on standby, reporting to Metro Police officials. NBC News White House correspondent Jeff Bennett wrote Sunday. It's gonna be bad, people. D.C. Metro Police Chief Peter Newsham said Thursday, there were no credible threats right now of violence, but said several groups had applied for permits to conduct large demonstrations and the entire police department would be working on Election Day, the Fox report continued. Department of Homeland Security agents were reportedly told to prepare for potential unrest and be ready to protect federal property in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, according to NBC News. The agency is regularly tasked with providing additional security around the nation's capital on inauguration days, but has never stepped in to quell unrest on Election Day. The unprecedented step is in response to nationwide protests and attacks on federal property seen this year, the official said. ICE, CBP, and the Federal Protective Service are part of the Protecting American Communities Task Force, established in June through an executive order by President Trump in response to anarchists and left-wing extremists, who he said sought to damage monuments and federal buildings. They did. They didn't just sought to. They did. They tore down statues. They threw Molotovs at federal buildings. I mean, it's... They did, and they're going to continue to do it. Last week, business owners in the nation's capital boarded up their storefront windows to brace for possible civil unrest, according to Breitbart News. Twitter users shared photos and video of workmen installing the plywood. Washington, D.C. is boarding up storefronts preparing for election destruction. This is the third time they've done this since June. Happening now, storefronts being boarded up in downtown D.C. ahead of the election. This is the National Press Building near the White House. Several businesses were reportedly expecting to close on Election Day and possibly for the entire week, Fox article said. At the White House this summer, fencing ranging from 7 to over 9 feet high was installed following the George Floyd protests and riots, the report concluded. Sorry, my inner Biden's coming out. Oh, speaking of Biden, that was hilarious. Tremendous pressure. What the hell is that? I mean, some of the stuff he gassed, you know, you can put two and two together, but that one is... I don't understand. The only thing you can make out is pressure at the end. And it'd be interesting for somebody to go up to him and say, "What did you mean by that, Joe?" And just watch him kind of just blank out. That's the dude that these people want leading the country. I mean, they can't. They can't be serious. I mean, unrest is coming, you know. Get your firearms, get anything you have for self-defense and get it ready. I mean, the Secret Service and stuff, that anybody who thinks they're going to be this big badass and try to rush the White House or whatever, they're going to get killed. Because, I mean, the 250 National Guardsmen are going to be armed to the teeth. They're military. And then all the Secret Service is going to be all around the yards and all on the roof. And there's even, you know, conspiracies about how there's actually missiles on top of the White House. Which I wouldn't doubt, honestly. But these people ain't going to make it very far. And then the left is going to try to spin that against the president because he's going to win. But they're going to try to spin it and make him look like he's some kind of psycho killing all these poor, innocent people. That's not going to work. I mean, the American people know better now. I mean, this has been going on for months and months and months. And it's not in Democrat-run cities. It is only in Democrat. It's not in Republican cities. It's only in Democrat cities. Dang. I didn't get much sleep last night. Oh, I need a new bed. But, yeah, it's only in Democrat-run cities. Republicans keep things under control. The American people know this. You know, you may have been able to fool a majority of the people, you know, many months ago, but a lot of people have opened up their eyes and started, you know, reading other news sources, not just blindly following CNN or Fox News, which Fox News has gone more liberal lately than it ever has been. Which is why you need to go, the really non-biased websites to get your news, and just go to a bunch of different ones. That's why I got all these up here. I go to each one of them. A lot of the stories they'll have, I look for the similarities between the two, and some of them will have stories that others won't. Or some of them will be biased, of course. Breitbart's kind of on the conservative side of things. Fox News still is. But you got a few of these other ones that are actually kind of left-leaning. But prepare yourself, people. Trump's putting up a wall. He's getting soldiers at the ready. This is going to be one of the worst elections we've ever had. It really is. And I mean, it's everywhere you look, it just they can claim Biden's going to win, but if you just use common sense, which the Democrats do not have, that is blatantly obvious, everything you see will tell you Trump is going to just bury Biden. It's not even a contest. Look how many people show up at the rallies, and the Democrats can say, oh, well, we don't want large crowds because of, COVID, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not it. They just can't get the large crowds. It ain't nothing for Trump to get 20, 30, 40,000 people, and 57,000 people in Pennsylvania. Yeah, you can thank good old Biden for screwing that up. Oh, yes, we're going to get rid of fracking. We're going to move away from oil. So you know what? There goes all your jobs, Pennsylvania. Oh, just learn the program. Learn to code. Well, you know what, Joe? How about you try to learn the program to code? I've tried it before. It's fairly difficult. How about you try it and then get back to the American people and try to tell them what to do again? Coding is not easy. Look at this. Hong Kong democracy protesters support Trump re-election. Even people on the other side of the daggone world are supporting Trump. You don't hardly hear anybody saying, yay Biden. I mean, maybe the communists, yeah. I mean, that's because that's a win-win if he wins for them. So, no, you freedom-loving people and people who want, they don't want communism, they support Trump. People in China like Xi and everything, they'll support Biden. Because, well, actually, they own Biden. Really, they do. I mean, the whole Hunter thing, and the Chinese have come out and said that they have like 3 hard drives worth of videos and other evidence against Hunter. So yeah, China owns Biden. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. And what Trump says about, Biden wins and China's going to own yeah, he's right. Biden wins, China will own the U.S. Lady Gaga and her stupid daggone fake ad. I mean, come on. They need to rip her a new one. Yeah, China, big tech, open borders, lobby owned Biden Harris. It's true. Even Kamala did a little rally, and the girl that introduced her said, "Your next president of the United States, Kamala Harris, not your next vice president or potential, no, your next president." And Kamala has come out and said the Harris campaign with Joe Biden, and Biden himself even come out, the Harris and Biden campaign, you're not voting for Joe, you're voting for Kamala. People need to understand that. And Kamala, she will be a death sentence for a lot of things in the U.S. For pretty much the whole U.S., actually. I mean, if you're a conservative I mean, she'd be the one that'd be all for throwing you in a daggone re-education facility. Like a lot of these extreme, far, crazy leftists are wanting. She'd be the one to try to enact that. And yeah. Don't vote. Fight for revolution. Nolte. Representative Connor Lamb office hit with hammer and sickle vandalism. These people think that they're in a revolution. They need to go look what a revolution is. They're not in a revolution. They are running around, LARPing, and playing soldier. They don't know what a true revolution is. They wouldn't last long in a true revolution. Honestly, I mean, you know, I'll admit I'm all, for stripping down the government. Not taking it away, because we do, the country is way too big not to be without some kind of government. But I am all for stripping down a lot of their powers. When a government fears its people, that is liberty. When a people fear their government, that is tyranny. A lot of people are fearing the government. Government has overstepped its bounds in quite a few areas. In my case, like, the ATF. The ATF is just 100% pure infringement on the Second Amendment. Period. I mean, we are meant to have the same weapons as our military has. So that way, they don't have an edge over us. We all have to be on a level playing field. Our forefathers saw all this. That is why they made the Constitution. There's even things going around on Twitter about how the far left wants to completely abolish the Constitution. Every bit of it. Gone. And make up a new one. No. This country was founded and based on the Constitution. The Constitution is what makes us us. You can't just redo it, because then if you do, oh God help us all, because it'll be the Democrats wanting to redo it. If they win the presidency and then somehow they take over the Senate, they will pack the Supreme Court. No question, anybody with a tenth of a functioning brain will be able to tell you the same thing. They will pack the courts. That's why they have downright, absolutely refused to answer the question. They will. They get the presidency and the Senate, keep the House, they will pack the Supreme Court. It'll be Democrat down the line. Nothing we say or do will matter. They've already proven that. They don't care what we have to say. They will take over this country. We will turn into a communist, socialist country. You want a revolution? That is how you get a revolution. Patriots will show you what a revolution really is. You want to redo everything? Well, we can start over. Constitution will stay the same, but we will reboot this great nation if we have to. It's been done before. The tree of liberty needs to be refreshed with the blood of tyrants from time to time. But anyway, this video has probably gone long enough. TLDR, election tomorrow. Vote Trump. Vote in person. Don't be tempted or swayed or intimidated by the Democrats. Prepare yourself, because they've already said war's coming. They plan on bringing as much destruction as they can. And if they know you're a Trump supporter, yeah, they will come after you without hesitation. And it won't be just one or two, it'll be a whole mob. So you better have everything in order and be able to protect yourself. This is it, America. Tomorrow, Lord have mercy. Time's flying. But stay vigilant, and I will see you in the next video.